Hi everyone, welcome to Bible Made Easy podcast. I'm Brother George. Thanks for joining me. On October 7th, the world was stunned to hear that Palestinian Hamas fighters had conducted a surprise major attack on Israel, launching hundreds of missiles from the Gaza Strip. Dozens of Hamas fighters caught the Israelis off guard, somehow breaching heavy border security, storming into local communities, and taking an estimated 150 hostages. Israel immediately declared war, with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu vowing mighty revenge on Hamas. Israel has implemented a total blockade on the Gaza Strip and has launched missile attacks into the territory. It's an absolutely horrendous situation with, as of this time, a reported combined death toll estimated to be roughly a heartbreaking 4,000. To understand this conflict, how to view it as a Christian or even a non-Christian, you need to know the historical background, which is well documented in the Bible and post-biblical history. So I'll summarize it briefly here. Around 3000 BC, that's 5,000 years ago, God promised to give the land in question to Abraham and his descendants, the Israelites, as a homeland for his people of faith in order to accomplish the purposes of blessing the world with the coming of the Messiah and the witness and example of a godly nation. 1,500 years later, the land was finally captured from the former inhabitants, the Canaanites, and the nation of Israel was firmly established, reaching the zenith of its godliness and power around 1000 BC under the reigns of King David and his son Solomon. And it was Solomon who built their first holy temple, where animal sacrifices were made for the atonement of sins. But from there, turbulent times followed, as Israel largely disobeyed God. The nation was conquered by various foreign empires. Solomon's temple was destroyed by the Babylonians. A second one, allowed to be built by the Medo-Persians, was eventually totally destroyed by Roman occupiers in 70 AD. At this point, Israel ceased to exist as a nation. Few Jews remained in the area, with most scattered throughout the earth, though amazingly still united throughout the following 2,000 years in religion and culture. After a long period of Roman rule over the land, which came to be known as Palestine, Muslims gained control around 650 AD, and it was largely in Muslim hands from that point on until about 100 years ago. In 1917, during the dissolution of the Ottoman Empire, the British issued the Balfour Declaration, which advocated for a national homeland for the scattered Jews. After 2,000 years largely in exile, thousands upon thousands began to return to Palestine, and this led to tensions between the Arabs and Jews. Then, in the aftermath of World War II, amid local Jewish uprisings and demands for sovereignty, the United Nations proposed partitioning the land between Palestinian Arabs and the Jews. This led to further tensions and an Arab-Israeli war, after which the modern state of Israel was declared in 1948. In 1967, Israel captured much of the Arab territory and now occupies large portions of it, geographically splitting the Arabs into several disconnected territories largely under their control, including the Gaza Strip, from which Hamas attacked. This is the backdrop to present tensions. So simply speaking, the Palestinians feel that their land was stolen from them and are grieved at living under Israeli occupation. And the Jews claim a historical, cultural, and divine right to the land, with many citing Old Testament promises that they believe guarantee their eternal possession of it. What to make of all this? Well, my friend Daniel, host of the Jesus Explains YouTube channel, which focuses on end-time events, you can check it out at the link below, had something very appropriate to say about all this. He said, "There is the Israeli viewpoint, and there is the Palestinian viewpoint, and there is the Christian viewpoint." I agree with him, and that Christian viewpoint would certainly be for a peaceful end to this horror. Let us pray for the violence to end, for protection for the innocents, and for healing for the injured and grieving. God bless you all. See you next week. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time. Bye.